And we should be live.
We are back. The Riffsters episode 36.
Or 400, it's one of the two.
436, if you have a time machine.
Chances are good. It's somewhere in between.
Don't fact check it. I am Derek. That is Julian.
I'm Jack.
And we are back this week. What did we all see last week for preview night?
For preview?
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I know. I saw it preview night. I don't know about
I saw it on Friday. That was weird.
Lame.
It's the first movie
It's
in a
the
while I haven't
opening
seen.
night, but it still doesn't count for us.
It's the first movie that I haven't. It's the first big movie that I haven't seen on the Thursday. Because we
Right.
all didn't go together. We did, but like,
Yeah.
it was like a weird. We splintered. There were splinter groups.
Mm-hmm.
There were sub factions.
We're all seeing Solo, though, right? This
Yeah.
week?
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
it this Thursday? Fuck.
Somehow, why do we have IMAX tickets to Solo on Thursday
You know,
night, and we
Capitan,
didn't go see Deadpool Thursday night? Like, why
Because
did
Solo's
that,
a Star
why
Wars
did that
movie.
happen?
Because Ryan is busy.
Yeah, I guess.
And he organizes these things.
I guess, yeah.
It was tracked at 125 million.
Yeah, which
That's
is
an
way
equivalent.
underestimate. It was
Yeah.
looking at 150, which is great. Which is,
That
like,
was
120...
way overestimated. 150 was like way over.
That's,
Yeah.
pretty
But
ambitious.
the thing is, it was 130 to 150, and then once it broke the record for Thursday night for an R-rated movie, everyone was like 150 for sure. And then it came crashing down, which is crazy, because 120, 125 is what I was guessing before I saw the estimate and before the opening night.
I think that's
And
fair.
I 100% like elevated my expectations once
Yeah.
I saw that Thursday.
You know what I think is really misleading? I look at the trending on Facebook, and it says Deadpool 2 beats Infinity War opening
about to say
weekend,
that.
and I'm like, no. I click on it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Infinity War, third, fourth week it's out.
I was
Yeah, it
just
does
about to
beat that. But like, I think that title is so misleading.
It's
But
super misleading.
but Infinity War still got 28 million this week or something
It's
like that.
fantastic.
It's over 1.8 now.
It's like I just love it. It's like the clickbait culture. It's like Deadpool tops Infinity War, as
Yeah.
if like in 3 days it was gonna make how much money has Infinity War made at this point? $1 billion.
1.8.
Yeah. Okay. As if in like 3 days.
What's the last like title that you clicked on that was like obviously clickbait, but like it got your click?
You want to see Derek's nudes? Yes.
Yes.
Well, that thumbnail was so accurate. That's based on a real photo.
And then when I clicked in, it just said, too bad. I was like, oh.
It was Derek Jeter though. So. I got one that said Tom Hiddleston rumored to return as Loki in Thor 4, and I'm like, what? Thor, like that would just that confirmation would ruin everything. And it took a quote from Chris Hemsworth saying, "As long as you guys like these films, we'll keep making them." And it was on the red carpet of Infinity War, and what he meant was Marvel, like MCU movies, right? But the reporter took it as Thor movies,
Yeah,
and they thought.
yeah.
Oh, and then Tom Hiddleston said something like, "I loved the character; it's such a good experience. Like, I would return to make as many, as I want, or whatever." And they're like connected these dots. They're like, "Loki to return confirmed." I'm like, no.
Even though all those interviews are from before the movie came out, in which
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston couldn't just be like,
Yeah.
well, I'm dead.
Did you guys see, they're like I feel like they're just out and out reporting news that's just not true anymore. Like they
Would you
used-
say fake?
Yeah, right, yeah. I guess it is. I guess it's the nerd version of fake news. But like today, it was like, I'm sure you guys saw. It's like Jake Gyllenhaal cast in Spider-Man
Oh,
Homecoming 2 as Mysterio. And I'm like, oh wow, what a great announcement. And then all the articles you read are like, he's in talk. Like when they actually read it, like, he's in talks. He's rumored to be in talks. Like
To be fair,
that's 3
the
steps
articles
removed.
I saw all said reportedly in talks.
Okay,
All the ones I saw.
Okay, I guess
I saw ones that got pretty watered down. Were like confirmed.
I was like, so your headline is Jake Gyllenhaal cast in Spider-Man Homecoming for the news bite that is rumored to be or reportedly in talks. Like, not even confirmed he's in talks. He's reportedly in talks.
A whisper
to
someone
be
thought they
cast.
heard in a bathroom stall.
Yeah.
Jake, is that you? What?
It's like, oh my god. Although, I'm kind of down for that. That's pretty cool. I like that.
I'm
Like,
down for Mysterio. I just don't know. I feel like I'd want Jake Gyllenhaal to do something else. Like, you're not going to get Mysterio in multiple movies, and I feel
Right.
like Jake Gyllenhaal could be a cool actor to
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
But I like Mysterio as a choice, and I think he would be a good pick for Mysterio.
Yeah, I think so too. I wonder then if that plays into like he's got to have PTSD coming out of Avengers 4.
And his mind's all fucked up, and then you have the one villain that's not like intimidating or scary, but will fuck with his mind so much.
So I wonder if well, they obviously know, the story, so I wonder if that's why they're like pegging Mysterio as their primary villain. That would be, I could see that being a thing, and then maybe work up. I still think Phase 4, Big Bad is like Norman Osborn. I still think that's like the way to go.
The Big Bad?
Yeah, or Doctor Doom if you get
like folding in Doctor Doom would be cool.
That's the dream.
Give us Doom without the Fantastic Four. That's fine. Just fold in
some
Doom.
sort of Doctor Doom, Galactus. That's the dream. But like short of that, I think Norman Osborn is a great, because he does that in the comics. He like totally takes over everything.
Guys, why don't we just get the Lizard?
Yeah, do the Lizard again.
What about Green Goblin? 3rd time's the charm.
Hobgoblin or War Goblin?
I'm starting to think that in my lifetime I'll never get to see the one thing I want to see in a live action Spider-Man film, which is just Spider-Man going toe to toe with Carnage and Venom at the same time on a rooftop at sunset. That's all I've ever wanted since I was a kid.
You're definitely gonna get that in your lifetime when you make $1 billion and then make that movie yourself.
Yeah.
We could make it stop motion with Funko Pops.
Venom would more than likely be fighting with Spider-Man against Carnage.
Well, that would be like the hope that they would eventually get to that point, but like they would definitely have a fight in the beginning of the movie. Well, maybe it would be that all three of them would be fighting each other, because they would all, like, Venom would be like, "Who the hell are you guys?" And then Carnage would be like, "I'm gonna murder you, all of you," and Spider-Man would be like, "Both of you stop." But like that's all I want, and it's never gonna happen because they spun off the Venom thing, and so sure as shit are not gonna bring Venom into
weird fucking voice.
The inconsistent voice.
The one there's accent changes 4 times in the course of the film.
Mm-hmm.
What if the movie like explains that entire thing? He's in the witness protection program 4 times. You're like, oh shoot.
Okay, this is the part.
He's doing everything except saying, "You won't like me when I'm angry."
Like, now do your baby voice. Okay, you can only kill the bad guys. Okay, now do your New Yorker voice. I'm a journalist. Okay, all right. Okay, now do your I don't even know what else.
Bane voice.
Yeah, now you do your Bane voice. Did you see him at the royal wedding? The picture that went viral?
No. Oh, when he was about to eat someone?
Yeah. He's just like, for no reason, he's completely shaven bald, like Professor X bald. He looks like his eyebrows are like thinned or if not gone.
It's a good look for him.
And he's got his, to quote Deadpool, weird secret sex lips that are just like way too vibrant for the rest of his
And just slightly pursed.
And I'm like, this, and he's just like staring like this off in the, like, I'm like, what's your deal, bro? Like, why are you bald? Why are your eyebrows gone?
Why are you even there, Tom Hardy?
What's with your sex lips? And why are you creepy all the time? Like, yeah, I used to think he looked really cool, and now I just think he looks all like creepy all the time.
What was that movie that he? I think there's a preview for it. I don't think it's out yet. Where he plays brothers.
Oh,
plays like identical twin brothers.
Oh,
I think they're like assassins or something. Yeah. Where like one of them's bald and he has this like old wrestler mustache.
Yeah. Legend.
Could be both of them. They're twins.
It's something like that.
And then he's going to be an upgrade, which I'm not excited for.
Let's see. Oh, Illegal asked, do you think they're building up to the Sinister Six? Is Vulture and Scorpion already in the MCU and adding Mysterio in now?
I don't need it.
I just don't understand the appeal of the Sinister Six as a concept. Maybe that's just me.
I think it works better as a comic book idea than a movie idea. Like, you always need one focal point for the hero to fight, and he can have henchmen, like the Black Order, that's 4 people, and you're like, these are all badasses, but they're still Thanos.
Right.
But to have, like, the Sinister Six, so you got Norman Osborn, like, leading them, that's a thing. But, yeah.
I just think it gets a little mustache twirly, don't you think? Like, it just gets a little, like, and now we will join forces to defeat the Spider... it just gets a little...
Or it builds them up, makes them really expendable. Like Spider-Man 3, do you remember they had Venom, they had the second...
Sandman?
Yeah, Sandman, then they had the second Green
Goblin.
And also like, you look at The Dark Knight, all the gangs were like, okay, let's join together to fight Batman. Like... that didn't seem like a far-fetched thing.
Well, I think it's because they were, like, they're just gangsters. Like, they're just different gangs. Like, I'm talking about, like the guy comes in with a globe helmet, and the other guy's a fucking lizard, and then the other guy's a
that would actually be,
and the other guy's a vulture, and you're kind of like, hey, this is a kid's balloon animal themed party.
Yeah.
Group of guys that just decided they were going to be.
Even like, Suicide Squad, I don't think worked. Had too much going on. Like with the DCEU, I wasn't attached to any of them.
No,
Still not attached to the heroes, but like There's something about that fundamentally didn't work.
That was such a bad.
Dude, I'm not even on the bandwagon of Margot Robbie like being the only shining light. I think I wouldn't say she was bad, and she was clearly better than everyone else. But I'm like, it's not a Harley I want to. Her everything she says. This is what I want to do differently with Harley. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
there you go. But like that interpretation of Harley, I was not like blown away with.
I thought Will Smith was the only thing keeping that movie together. Like he willed that movie together.
Unpopular opinion, I thought he was one of the worst. I mean, I thought like Jai Courtney wasn't anything special, but I thought Will Smith was like...
Really?
I just love how Diablo does nothing the whole movie and then does everything.
Yeah. Oh, he's a demigod, by the way.
Yeah. Or what about the one guy that was like... That was essentially there to be exploded? To show that the trappers were. He was in all the promo... Adam Beach.
My God,
he was
yes.
in all the promo material.
Yeah.
He didn't even get a music intro when they were introducing all the people assembling, and then he was just like there, and then he got blown up. I'm like, all right.
That's like a Deadpool-esque gag. Like that was so bad, but they like they played it very serious. Like that was they weren't joking, but that's like a Deadpool level joke.
Also, can we talk about the fact that they won an Oscar for like sound?
Yeah.
And that entire soundtrack, although great songs, sounded like someone had the aux cord and had music ADD and were switching it every 30 seconds.
Well, they didn't win.
Good
Oscar
songs on their own, but they like kept switching.
But they didn't win an Oscar for the soundtrack. They won it for like the sound, whatever what was it, editing or.
I need to see what else was in it. Was up
what
against.
What are the categories? Editing and.
There's sound mixing and sound editing.
So they probably won like sound mixing or something.
Yeah.
Stupid like that.
It's a weak year.
Yeah, oh my God. Like, let's find out.
The DCE is like, hey, Marvel,
did
how many
Infinity
Oscars
War
do you
win
have?
an Oscar?
Yeah.
What am I looking for? Suicide Squad.
Oscar.
Let's see.
Fucking costume design or some shit like that.
Did it win two?
Oh, it won Best Makeup.
No, it definitely did something for sound as well.
No, it won Best Makeup.
Really?
It was a nominee for Best... Yeah, it was a nominee for Best Makeup.
Okay, so you have CGI,
Okay,
Killer Croc.
was good. Killer Croc was good.
Was that all makeup? I thought he was partially CGI.
I thought it was practical effect.
Jared Leto was wearing makeup. That was pretty good makeup.
Yeah, I believe that. That's nothing special.
I mean,
Best
in
makeup
the terms that it looked like the quality of it was good, but in terms of character, no.
Yeah, just the look of it though.
Yeah.
Like I still think I love the way he looks.
Nope.
Like I love the design of that. I know a lot of people were like, but I love the design of that Joker. I just in action he was so like campy.
Mm-hmm.
I think would be the word, or like cringy. You know, like I cringed a lot watching him. You know, like it just came off very much as someone trying to play the role, whereas Heath Ledger just like was.
He felt very NPC.
Yeah.
Like I didn't resonate with him at all. He felt like he was there, yes, but no one was controlling him.
Yeah.
Felt like he was untouchable. It was just very much just like background entity.
Yeah, he was totally wasted too. Actually, just speaking of Heath Ledger, I just was reading something. There's like a new theory floating around about The Dark Knight that like people theorized that his Joker was previously military, but then like, and that's been a theory that's been around for a while. But the expansion on that lately is that he's not just military, but he's specifically military interrogation like expert, like an expert torture, like a expert.
You never start with the head. Yeah.
And they like listed all, and I was like, oh damn, there's actually like so many examples of him. So because he's like coaching Batman on how to interrogate, he's like expert at manipulating people. Like he tells different people different stories.
Whoa.
Like,
Cameo.
I've arrived.
who are you?
Well, my name is Dan.
Matt Damon.
Which, did you guys know Matt Damon was in Deadpool too?
Yeah, I didn't know until
Yeah.
after. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that.
I
Yeah.
was like, what?
Does Peter look different to you guys today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry.
The operation was a success.
It was, honestly. I feel like a better woman now.
Wow, good.
A lot of people didn't catch Alan Tudyk though. I was like, I saw him right away. I was like,
Well,
"It's Alan
the
Tudyk."
video
he
one.
was
Yeah.
in, like he was just...
Alicia didn't notice Alan Tudyk at all. I was like, that's definitely Alan Tudyk. Like,
Was he in the credits? Because Matt Damon wasn't in the credits, but it was... I read this article pointed out by Russ Fisher. It said the character that Matt Damon, quote-unquote, played was credited as one of the character... Like, the character name of someone that was one of his biggest characters in a different movie.
yeah,
So people are like... yeah.
Something. It's from his Fantastic Mr. Ripley or the Something Mr. Ripley, which is a really weird movie if you've never seen it. It's like super bizarre.
Bye.
But But yeah, he was. I guess that's what he was credited at. So, but I guess Jude Law also played.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was confusing, but it was definitely Matt Damon. They said. I still think the Brad Pitt one was spoilers. The Brad Pitt cameo was hysterical.
I missed the Stan Lee one.
Oh, no. I read an article on that, actually. They said Stanley wasn't physically in it, but they took, like...
A mural.
Yeah, like a mural. And they put, like, a lot of background images.
Both Casey and Ellen went, "Oh, look, Stan Lee," and I was like, "What?"
Oh, yeah.
I completely missed it.
I didn't see it at all.
It's when Domino is parachuting in on the convoy, and there's, like, these two buildings, and it's on one of the buildings.
I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, I completely missed it.
I guess I just now realized he didn't have like a speaking cameo in that movie. I didn't even notice.
Spoiler warning, by the way. If it wasn't already spoiled.
To be honest, I don't care about his cameos. Like, that might be an unpopular opinion. They like really take me out of the movie, and I'm kind of just like, meh.
Like, if they're... I
Did
don't
the
like the Tony
Infinity
Stank.
one?
That one is like... I don't like the... But, like, the strip club one. The ones was kind of acknowledgement. Those are, like, fun.
I think the only one I've liked was in the...
In all the Iron Man movies, because they're perfect works of art.
Actually, no, I think it's Iron Man 2, where he's... Wait, no. Whichever one where he's like Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
and Tony
yeah.
just kind of taps him and he turns around. Like, that's great. Like, I think the worst one, in my opinion, was X-Men Apocalypse. Because, like, it's...
Because it's the worst movie.
I actually really like
I'm
it.
kidding. I haven't seen it, so I won't put judgment on
I
it.
should really enjoy it. But, no, it's just like... Most of his scenes are played for... Scenes are always played for laughs. This one they played in, like, a very serious scene when, like all these nuclear missiles are being launched around the globe. And it's, like, cuts to him and his wife holding each other, and they're, like... And then it's, like, when I was in the theater watching it, like, people were, like, didn't know whether to laugh or to be quiet, so some people kind of chuckled, and some people were like, nobody
Kind
really...
of, yeah.
That
it's an
one's from
awkward-
Apocalypse? Because
Yeah.
I've seen that clip.
Yeah.
I thought it was from one of the earlier X-Men movies.
What about the one in Thor Ragnarok where he was the one to buzz Thor's head? Like, it's a funny movie though. So that one was kind of like, there's
I
Stan.
like him, man. I don't know. Like, I'm not a big...
Julian hates Stan Lee.
I'm not crazy about it. Like, I don't think he's... I mean, I don't know. I'm not like... I don't worship him like a lot of people seem
No,
to.
I get
Like,
it.
I don't know, like, I'm not speaking based on any sort of factual evidence in this regard, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if one day it was like, oh, he actually, like, stole all these ideas from another guy who worked really hard that's never gotten
Well,
credit.
he also like partnered really closely with Jack Kirby, but like since he's still alive, like Stan Lee's the only one that's still alive.
Yeah.
he gets a lot of the clout for like just anything under the Marvel banner. But
I mean,
like,
I'm sure he did everything that he said he did, but just, like, in the current era of, like, every celebrity is actually a sick, twisted, awful person, and all these people that you look up to are terrible, it turns out, I'm, like, conditioning myself to be ready for the day when it's like, oh, by the way, he screwed over this. Like, you know, I don't know why. Is that weird?
there was the Me Too campaign where he was outed.
What was it? Wait, what?
Yeah, they were saying he groped people, I
Oh,
believe.
the nurse?
Or something.
Yeah, yeah. And then everyone was like, but he's old. It's like,
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
No, I'm just kind of like, I don't know why. I've just always had this feeling like he could potentially be like this could be one of those stories where he, like, there was some, like, cartoonist and he just stole
Dude,
all
he
his
just
ideas
murdered
one
a
day.
couple people in an alley
Yeah,
one day,
yeah.
and we moved on with our lives.
Again, I don't think that he's probably as good as everyone believes him to be, but I just, like, I'm conditioning myself so that I'm not disappointed when that ends up happening.
Little ego. I know this, but do you guys know about Ryan Reynolds' second role in Deadpool, and not the post-credit scene?
Yes. Is
Which this is actually a big surprise. So I wouldn't say the role for people.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning.
Juggernaut, right? Voice.
Okay. All right. yeah.
Yes, that one's the one.
I didn't know that when it was happening
Correct.
at all.
After the fact.
It was like, that was.
He didn't do the body mocap. He did face and voice.
Yeah, I don't think anyone did the body mocap. That was so much.
But whose butt was that?
That was. 100%.
Like whose butt specifically? Like name and number.
But still,
please.
the movements, you got it. I'm saying like that.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think they might have just. I think they were just like, we'll wing it. That's fine. We'll just. You have like a PlayStation 2 wireframe somewhere? Like, let's just grab it. You know?
It was
Like-
budget cuts. Like, let's get our star.
Which is why I'm glad that they called out to him. He's like, here comes a big CGI fight. And I was like, okay, good, because this is real rough. This is, after watching Thanos' like individual muscle fibers twitch in his eye when he got emotional, I'm like
This guy
you
had
know,
the benefit of a big helmet on.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see anything.
it's just, oh.
Or maybe there was real emotional trauma going on with Juggernaut and we couldn't see because of the helmet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. When was it? Was he only in X-Men 3 before this? played by Vinnie Jones.
Mhm.
Because I know he was in the original.
He was way too small for that role.
Yeah, they made him.
I'm sorry. He was perfectly fine. Like,
Great.
for just having a human,
Yeah.
that was like a great choice.
Yeah.
Perfect
that's-
casting.
yeah.
I wish they made him a little bit bigger.
I
They
didn't
made
know-
the Blob like enormous.
Yeah, wasn't the Blob in
Oh, he's in
you
Origins.
You
He was
haven't
in
seen
Origins.
Apocalypse either.
Wow, yeah.
And he
But
was in
Wolverine.
Origins.
But he
Origins.
yeah.
Wait, was he in Apocalypse?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in the wrestling ring with Angel in the beginning in Germany.
Guy angel or girl angel?
The same actor?
Guy.
Guy angel.
No. They like made him like a total
Oh,
CGI.
okay.
Yeah, they kind of like mess with all that. They just got they mess with X-Men film series is so weird. Like every character is played by 3 different people at this point.
Also, I love how Deadpool treated X-Force.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
so happy
That was
with
great.
how everything happened.
I love that they shot fake scenes for the trailer because I was like, there's definitely scenes in the trailer with them using their powers and
Like Terry Crews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they shot those. I was reading this something like they all specifically shot fake scenes to put in the trailer so that people would be thrown off for when they just all got murdered.
I think that's like that line is okay. I could put money down from the trailers that the movie would end with Peter inadvertently saving their skins. It's like doing something completely normal. It's like running people over, like kind of doing what the
Joe
taxi
Bender?
driver. Yeah, but like Peter somehow saving the day.
I love that he went back in time and only saved Peter. Like that's the only one.
Just look away! Go home!
You're done.
Go home. X-Force. Love when he's
Also, it took me like half a second to be like, is that Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah.
I was just like,
Wait, who?
the
Zeitgeist.
vomit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like, so you have a ability to put your finger on the pulse of the current culture? No, I vomit up acid. Okay. This might be really small, but for some reason I really liked the scene, the conversation between him and Domino when she first shows up in that interview. Just like their back and forth. I don't know why. I just thought it was really funny. Like it just feels like the way you'd rib someone in real life. Like it was just like the.
I'm Domino.
So-
I'm lucky. That's not a superpower.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Let's meet in the middle and say no, it's not.
Yeah, but just the way she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Like, you go ahead. It's like, okay, cool, because I was gonna bring it back to, yes, it is. Like, I just thought that was really, like, that was pretty well done.
I will say, I feel like he definitely elevated more in that scene because most of the time she's just saying, yes, it is, yes, it is, yes, it is.
Yeah.
And there's only once or twice where she
Does something different, yeah.
And it's like, where like their dynamic the rest of the movie feels very equal. So
Yeah.
that scene was just
She had fun scenes. That's
Mhm.
like,
She's a great character.
like I love when she's like rescuing the kids and the guys are like slipping on, like those nurses are like slipping on things and getting impaled and different things are falling on.
Now we need a way to transport all these kids.
Yeah, here's his best. That's so cool.
I still love the blind roommate character, the woman that
Blind
Wade
Al?
lives with. He's like, Wade's like, and then she died, and I loved her. And he's, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you speak up? You have a pity dick in your mouth.
Yeah, I couldn't hear
I'm
you
like,
well.
oh my god, this lady is savage.
if you notice in the opening credits, it was written by Blind Al, that character.
Really?
Yeah, is what the credits say.
Wait, what was written by Blind Al?
The movie.
Oh, okay.
But-
okay.
I loved it. I loved how I guess this was a reference to the first movie, but which I haven't seen in a long time, so I didn't remember. But when he gets the cocaine from under his floorboard, like he pulls it out and there's a box that says the cure for blindness.
Yeah.
And I guess in the first movie he cracks a joke about how the cure for blindness is next to a large bag of cocaine or
Oh,
something. So there's like a literal
I also just love
yeah. his someone mentioned this and now I can't not see it. His physicality is very Jim Carrey. Like he's very like all his like
He kind of lets
you know,
gravity do his work
yeah
for him.
he's totally got that Jim Carrey physicality.
Yeah.
My hands down my favorite part, which I told you, but we haven't talked about it. But the opening credit scene, which
wait just a minute or
just like because like unless you have seen Skyfall as many times as I have, you wouldn't like appreciate it as much. But like I need to shot by shot, like side by side it for you guys because it's like the most lovingly shot for shot recreation of the Skyfall, like identical. Like I swear to God, the same graphics company made it because it looks like stylistically the exact same. Like I was like crying. That was so fucking funny. That was like
It was beautiful too.
it was really well done. It was a Celine Dion song. It's so funny.
gotta do it again.
Yeah.
You're at an 11. Gotta take it down to a 5. 5.5 tops.
Yeah, it was too good.
This thing only goes to 11.
Oh my god.
You're welcome, Canada.
What do we think about the post-credit scene? Do we think that
I don't think it's canonical.
It is canonical.
Is it?
I think the director did an AMA after. It's someone important in the movie did an AMA and said it is canonical, but don't expect that device to be used again. As in that trope of we can go back in time and fix anything.
Does that mean that Cable is gonna return back, or is Cable gonna stay for like a Deadpool 3?
Well, presumably he's going to stay.
Yeah. Cable's important.
So I read that too, but what I read was Ryan Reynolds and the director were both asked, and they both said, in my mind, she's alive. So, like, still not, like, a hard confirmation for me. Like, they both were like, I like to think she's alive, but, you know, they could end up not doing that. Which, I want her to be alive, because I thought that was kind of dumb.
Wait just a minute.
yeah.
I feel like that would just kind of like waking up from a dream or something like that. Like that kind of ruins the entire movie.
So the only thing that I didn't like about the end is he's not the one who chooses to go. So like, and yes, that's like the tragedy of Deadpool is that he does want to die and he wants it to be over. But still, it's like he had his hero moment. And he could have finally been with the person he loved and stuff like that, but he's still like, usually that's the time where it's like, my family needs, like I'm still needed, but it was like, but he was like, I'm finally here, and she's like, nah,
yeah,
which like obviously that was just a representation of incandescent stuff, but still, I was just like, he still has his heroic moment, but it's not like the true heroism.
Yeah,
he doesn't willingly give up what he wants.
I really like the depiction of the afterlife, I guess.
I the Soul Stone?
Yeah. Oh man, it's too bad they didn't. They could have totally
parodied the water scene. Like I was waiting for it.
Like he could have just shown up and had Baby Gamora be there and be like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Like that could have totally been.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way. I just like the idea of like the wall.
What did it cost? Nothing really.
Yeah.
Switching gears to Solo, I have predictions that we're going to see Jabba the Hutt. I have predictions we're going to see Boba Fett.
Man Solo.
And like anyone want to contest that or add any of the characters? I say Boba Fett because in Return of the Jedi, Harrison Ford is like talking to Chewie. And he's like, "Pull me up" or something, and then Chewie's like, "Ugh," and he's like, "Boba Fett," and he says that like he has some recognition. And then Jabba the Hutt, like Castle Run, that was Jabba's. It was like Jabba's that he, I think to free Chewie, he had to drop the load to free the Wookiees, right? Wasn't that Jabba's?
I have no idea.
That's what they're referencing to, and that's why Jabba wanted his ass.
Because they can rewrite anything they want now, so I have no idea what's gonna stick.
I'd be sorely disappointed if we didn't see Boba Fett.
I heard from those initial reactions that there's a couple, like people were like, don't get spoiled, because there's like a couple like someone was like, I was going into this going like, okay, I know exactly what this is, like fan service, like there's not gonna be any surprises, and like, well, let me tell you, like there's a couple like Last Jedi level twists in it, and I saw that in a couple of people's things, and I was like, fuck, what like who's gonna show, like who could they show up?
Space Jedi Leia.
Young Leia would be kind of funny if she showed up. Like I could see them doing that.
What about his wife, like from the comic series?
Just depends on how much they're willing to make canon.
Well, that is canon. That's
yeah. He has a wife in the canonical comic book series.
He was before Leia.
Like, is it during this time period?
I want to say it like lines up, yeah. Like in the Marvel comics, he has his wife. It was like it broke in like 2015 or so.
When did they unwife each other?
I don't know.
Because like, wait, how does
no, Google it really quick. Google Han Solo wife.
How does that work in the time?
Marvel comics.
Princess Leia.
Married. 3 BBY.
Are you sure that's canonical?
Yeah, it's canonical. It's from the Marvel comics. But I also think there's going to be romantic interest between he and Ki-Ra, his like childhood friend. And I almost guarantee, I have no information, I almost guarantee she's going to turn on him. I see no future for her being like an actual character.
Well, they also like say, don't be surprised when anyone betrays you, and it's all pointing towards Lando, and it's like...
It's definitely going to be Ki-Ra. He's going to trust her, she's going to betray him. And there's a reason that Disney marketing hasn't been like marketing her as this like female action hero, like they do Jyn Erso. And so I think they're like, she's not a great role model. You see it?
Or is it because
I just
she
can't
can't
tell.
act?
Yeah, you know what? Like, I don't know, man. Like,
Amelia?
yeah, I was talking to a friend about this. There was someone else that we were talking about first, and then we started talking to Amelia Clark about, like, I'm not sure that you're actually a very good actor outside of the thing that I know you for. Maybe it was just Amelia Clark, but, like, she's really good as Khaleesi, I feel like. And I've been very, like, unimpressed with everything else she's done.
Me Before You?
I didn't see that.
She's decent.
I guess by everything else she's done, I realized I mean
Terminator
Genesis.
I believe you mean Genesis.
Genesis. Which was not good.
It's like, you know
Great
what?
cast, though.
Let's retcon this John Connor shit.
It's unbelievable to me that it's so hard to make a Terminator movie. Like, it's
such a
actively
good plot.
crazy. If you give me like 3 hours, I could write a whole Terminator movie. It'd be fantastic.
Because there's that whole like kind of Clone Wars-esque period that has never been explored.
Yes.
That's like the first future timeline.
Yes. Thank you.
Please.
What about Salvation?
I like
More of
Salvation
that, less
because-
Christian Bale.
Yeah. No, I actually like everything about. I don't know why people.
No,
don't like
do you know what's the
Salvation.
worst thing about Salvation? The major twist is in the trailer.
Oh, that
Sam Worthington's
Yeah,
robot.
and
Yeah,
like
that's
obviously it's leading up to that the entire movie, and we know.
Yeah.
But like the trailer just straight up shows
Yeah.
the robot. Like,
But I'm so bummed they like basically just ignored that out of the Terminator canon because like that's the only one where they actually make any progress. Like they
Yeah.
destroy the mainframe of the. I don't know why I legitimately don't know why people don't like that movie. I think it's very gritty. I think it's very like serious, well done. Like has high stakes. I mean the submarine with all the remainder of the leadership gets nuked, and like the machines are the most terrifying to me in Terminator Salvation. Like genuinely. Because they have
Maybe
like,
guns are the most
prison
badass.
camps and like,
Yep.
but they didn't go like full future. Like there's no laser guns. Like they still have machine guns, but it's like the technology's advanced enough. And like I like Sam Worthington as an addition to it. I love that he paired up with his father as a young kid.
Anton Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin's always great.
R.I.P.
I thought Christian Bale was the best John Connor out of anyone that's played John Connor.
Thoughts?
I mean, Jason Clarke didn't really get to do anything with it.
I'm not a fan of Jason Clarke.
I feel like he could have been good at it too, but he just wasn't.
I will agree.
I think he's really good.
I don't think there's
Christian Bale's
ever
a
been
really
a
good
good
actor. So I don't know why people are like.
Do you remember?
But of them,
Yeah. Do you remember the filming? Well, I think what ruined it for me is, do you remember it was like a year before that movie came out, there was an audio clip of Christian Bale just like ripping on the cast and crew because
Right.
he had done this emotional scene and there like and someone like there was like a boom or something in the view and they
Right.
couldn't use that footage and he's like, oh, I just did all this thing, and like I listened to the audio footage and I'm like, Christian Bale, you're fine as Batman, that's excused, you're gone.
Right. It's like the infamous.
and then
Yeah.
you watched American Hustle, and you're like,
You're like, I can kind of see it.
which is such an overrated movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the infamous. So maybe that did like put a damper on things. But that was a good like if you continue that thread, I think that's your Terminator.
That's the X-Men film franchise of
I just
Terminator.
I just don't know why it's so goddamn hard. Like just
Because they didn't cast OJ.
OJ.
OJ was originally supposed to be the Terminator, and then he was an unbelievable killer. OJ Simpson. Yeah.
That's ironic.
Yeah. That is a fact.
That's
Because he was like doing like Naked Gun and stuff like that. He was like getting into acting, and he
Oh,
wanted to
wow.
do Terminator, and they said, nope, not a believable killer.
Oh wow.
Do you want a fun fact? I think it was Kathleen Kennedy. Was she the writer-producer or writer-director? Like Star Wars is Kathleen Kennedy
Of Terminator?
of the original Terminator?
I do not know that.
I don't think she wrote it. No, and
Or-
James Cameron directed the first two.
Or who was like the producer behind it? I think Kathleen Kennedy was attached.
Something, the Terminator. The Termiter.
The Determinator.
Different movie.
Well, I'm sure she might have produced it.
I think.
She's a producer. She's not
Okay.
a.
Was she attached?
Gail
producer?
Ann Hurd.
Gail Ann Hurd. Okay. Walking Dead's Gail Ann Hurd.
And she did write it.
She was on Nerdist, and she had written a script for this, and she wanted to do it, but she had a razor-thin budget. She shadowed Steven Spielberg. I think she was like his coffee runner or something. They shadowed him, went up the ranks, and she originally wanted it to take place all in the future timeline, but budgetarily, they said, we can't do this. You have to redoctor the script, so there can only be one future guy for like your CGI budgets. So due to budget constraints, they had to change the entire thing and sent him back in time. Because they couldn't dress like all the sets and stuff.
Damn.
That's fun.
I don't know, man. Just like I'm excited actually. They're making more. Like that's the one franchise where I'm like, I do want you to get it right because I really like those movies.
I kind of want more Hunger Games movies, prequel series.
See, all I want is
more battle royale.
Haymitches.
Yeah, I'd be
That's
down.
all I want.
I'd be down.
I'm not even a big fan of the Hunger Games series, but just give me the 50th. Give me
Is
the
that one he was in?
Yeah, it's the 48 contestants instead of 24.
Oh crap!
And he survives it by basically hiding the entire time, and then he tricks someone, the final person, into killing themselves because he discovers that like the outside barrier attacks. So he has them he ends up getting the person to kill themselves by tricking them.
So I think he was running. He ran to the barrier, and someone chucked a javelin or trident or something, and then he ducked, and it shot it right back at them. Mm-hmm. Which was pretty bonus. But with all this Fortnite and PUBG, all this battle royale hype.
Also, Battle Royale, great movie if you guys haven't
yes.
seen it. Oh my god! I mean, if you don't mind porn films, it's an amazing film.
It is so good. It's on Netflix too.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, they could do kind of like they're doing the Purge, the first Purge.
Okay,
they could do that, but for the Hunger Games.
So,
yeah.
So my problem with the first Purge that's coming out is they established in the first movie the Purge has gotten bigger and better with every single Purge. So you're taking me to the lamest Purge, you're taking me to the smallest Purge, and the trailer has now shown the angle that they're taking with, and I get it. Have you seen the latest trailer?
Yeah.
Where it's we need this to be successful.
Yeah.
And it's okay, but it's just very forced at this point.
That's
where it's I don't know.
I would love to see 2 Hunger Games prequels. One that is, I didn't think about that. That would be really cool and see Haymitch's. And then one that is...
But still Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just DH him.
And then one that's the war that resulted in that becoming a thing. I'm always interested in that.
Kind of destroyed the world for Vietnam.
So, the reason I wouldn't be excited in that is, then it's just our world, and it's, getting to the thing that makes Hunger Games interesting, right? Is that we have the Hunger Games.
That's true.
So it's you kind of take the beginning at face value as okay, there was a war, and this is how it is now. Or there was a rebellion, and now this is what it's like.
Okay, I got it.
All right, but hold the fucking phone for a second.
Yes.
TV series.
Because I have to come in on this.
Hold on.
Talk.
I'm about to pitch something. Hold on.
All
Just
right.
hold on. Prequel TV series. CW picks it up. Follows the grandfather of President Snow in his founding of
Capital.
So basically, just Krypton, the series. But
I want to see. Okay,
Here's
let's do
$10 million.
HBO grittier series, up the blood and gore.
that would be good too. HBO could do it.
I personally would like to see the civil war between the districts and District 13 getting nuked at the end and how they survived
Well,
and
that was
based on their viewpoint of how they made it this far.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I'd like
even
to
a
see that.
different because that's after they've already established this new right.
So the reason that the Hunger Games exists is what Dana's saying is the rebellion. But there were districts before in this new society, and District 1 still
But what
Or the
got
capital
them,
still
But what
controlling
got them
everything.
into this society to begin with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait, that's what
You know
I want
what I
to know.
mean?
How did they? Wait. So they organized into districts, and became Pan Am, and then before there was a Hunger Games.
Yeah, and then there was a rebellion, and then that is what destroyed District 13 and their penance for the rebellion, because the capital still won, is the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
What were they rebelling against if the wars of the Hunger Games?
The capital just taking
Probably
resources.
the inequity
It
of
was still,
resources.
a dictatorship and everything. It was still bad.
Oh,
And also, you're like, what's the worst that can happen?
Wait, what was the first
Sacrificing
quarter? Well,
yeah.
the second one was
Is double. The first one was...
But Haymitch, that was the only time he's ever been in the arena, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't re-reap.
Not until they were
Re-reap was
all
the
the
third
winners
one.
were coming in to...
Do you
What
remember
was
what
the
the
first
first
one?
quarter qual was?
I do know this.
I don't remember.
Which is also just a very funny concept. I can imagine them being after the 24th, guys, our ratings are down. We gotta spice this up.
Quarter quell.
So,
Man, you guys go deep on the Hunger Games mythology.
Dude,
What's going on?
like,
I've
it's-
honestly never read a book.
I was going to say, how do
Dude,
you
books are
know
really
this?
good.
I don't
Books are
know.
really good.
I pick up random information.
I've read all
and then,
three.
I know. I've read all the books
I've read
twice.
I think
You're
towards
like
towards the end of the movies, I was getting a little bit of franchise fatigue just for that one.
You
So
had
they
to
put out-
vote.
Not from
The
the books,
district
though.
voted on who they put in.
Yeah, not from the books. Not from the
I
books.
was saying the books were fine. The movies got stretched a
Just
little bit.
4
but I didn't-
movies in 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Ooh.
A lot. Wait, sorry. What was the first quarter quote?
It was they voted. This was to remind the rebels that they are responsible for the Hunger Games and it's their fault that their children die every year. And it also gave the districts a chance to get rid of their unwanted or to up their chances of winning the Hunger
That
Games.
is the best one.
Wait,
That should be every year.
You vote in to remind them that you're the reason the Hunger Games exist. And it was a play on, do you nominate your best person for a chance to win or do you get rid of people that you don't want?
Districts 1 and 2 are like, yeah, no, we're gonna put our best people that we've been training since birth.
The starving ones are gonna be like, here, take all of these mouths we can't feed.
Yeah, like that. I think is like maybe the most humane of all the Hunger Games.
Lil Ego says, for the longest time, I thought the main character's name in Hunger Games was Catnip. I've only seen the first one once. I was corrected later by a friend.
Cat piss never clean.
Cat piss never clean. I saw that.
He's also asking if we've seen the new Mowgli trailer.
I actually watched it today, and I meant to not watch it because we have to do the trailer. Well, now
What
you
was
two
that?
can do the trailer reaction today.
That is true. I didn't watch it.
Dana, we'll talk.
We'll talk, yeah. Well, let's not say anything because I want them to do a trailer reaction later.
Okay, if you feel like this isn't spoiler enough, is it the kid that was in the Jungle Book or is it a reboot?
This is a complete redo.
Got it.
Oh yeah, it's a different movie. Like
It's almost as if they licensed out the IP,
But it's actually
to a completely different.
It's a little confusing because he is a little bit older, so it looks like it could be a sequel, but it's not.
They announced this way back, and they were like, "Yeah, Jon Favreau's making a Jungle Book, and Andy Serkis is making a Mowgli," and everyone was like, "Why?"
Oh, this is Andy Serkis?
Yeah, it's his directorial debut.
Wow.
Which is the only
He
reason
just wanted to be a monkey.
Was it a rate?
If it wasn't Andy Serkis directing it, I would not see it because I
Yeah.
don't want to see a second Jungle Book.
Yeah.
But because it's Andy
Why? The first one
Serkis,
was
I'm
so
going to
good.
see it.
I want to see the first one.
The first one was
It's really good.
We're talking like they're in a franchise.
It's like
the
a
other
really,
one.
it's really.
Well, there
it's
is
really
a
good.
Jungle Book 2 in the animated.
That's true.
What happens in that?
Him and the girl.
Yeah, so he's in the village, so now he has friends, and then
Yeah.
they have to go back into the jungle, and he's like, "This is where I used to live," and they're like, "Oh, it's so scary here, but we need to accomplish a
Basically
mission."
Tarzan.
Jungle Book 2, Retaliation.
Do you remember?
Uprising.
Uprising, sorry.
Do you remember the live
They
action
love
Jungle
it.
Book back in the 90s?
The
No.
what?
Starred Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat, and he's like an adult. Is like an adult Mowgli. Jungle
Oh
Book.
yes.
Do you remember?
Yes,
And
I
there's
do.
this there's a sea serpent one where he's like underwater in this pyramid thing, and there's like an underwater snake, and it made me terrified that snakes can swim.
They
can swim.
can.
Oh, it made me terrified.
Okay.
Yeah, of swimming snakes.
I've seen swimming snakes back in Missouri.
I was at
That's
my
terrifying.
grandpa's cabin in Maine, and he was on a lake, and literally this giant ass snake went right by his dock, and I'm just like,
It's
oh.
pretty dope actually because all you see is his little head and then the rippling in the water.
It was the scene where you could see the rippling. It was kind of like the trash compactor scene in Star Wars, and he'd wrap around him, and he couldn't breathe, and he's pulling him underwater. Which
Yeah.
I'm like, as a
It's
swimmer,
like, how
I'm
do you
like,
get out of that?
Nope.
I mean, most snakes that I've seen are really tiny, but they are poisonous. So
Where is this? I saw this really funny tweet. That, speaking of Jungle Book 2 Uprising, I saw this one. I saw a tweet that was like, I'll see any sequel to a movie that has the sub header Judgment Day. You can apply it to anything. So it was
Mowgli, Judgment Day.
No, I can't remember. I wish I could find it, but the couple that they did, or they had one that was
Paddington 2.
Judgment Day, and it was after each tweet, it was a thread. After each one, it's crap, what was the? It was something to Judgment Day, take all my money. Something to, or Paddington 2, Judgment Day. The bill hasn't passed Congress yet. Or the bill is in Congress right now. It's
amazing.
I'm trying to see if I find it. It was really funny. I was like, that's true. That's another one. Judgment Day, Uprising, and Retaliation are the three. Let me see if I can
What's the
find
most underrated sequel and or reboot that you guys have seen recently?
Underrated?
Yeah,
That I've seen recently.
or last 10 years, 10 years.
Okay.
Underrated sequel. I liked Underworld 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they on now?
Oh god, I don't even know. I lost track of the timeline.
I think they came out with one 1 or 2 years ago.
They've been too sporadic.
Yeah.
At first they were coming out in a decent amount of time, and now it's been 10 years since the last one or some shit. Or
Yeah.
there was a prequel kind of, and it was weird. I mean, I still will watch them, but because
That's right down your alley,
I love that world. I love what they did. I love the gothic feel of it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I like dark stuff like that, but it was good.
I don't know if this was underrated or perfectly rated, but what came to mind is the second Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock.
Oh yeah.
I actually really enjoyed that one.
Yes,
but I don't know how it was
Game of
rated.
Shadows.
Yeah, I don't know how that was rated to say it was underrated.
I think they're making a third one.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure they're. I think he's either
No
about
shit.
to or he is filming it.
Hell
Because
yeah.
he grew his hair out and he's like he's rocking the Sherlock hair in a lot of interviews right now.
Hell yeah.
Here's the tweet was, you could attach Judgment Day to any movie franchise in existence and I would probably pay double to see it. Fast and Furious Judgment Day, no brainer.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible Judgment Day, obviously.
Yep.
Mamma Mia Judgment Day, I'd sell my car. Paddington Judgment Day, the bill is waiting to be signed by Congress.
Of course, Joe Negroni wrote that.
Oh my god.
Oh, did you guys hear
Shout
about
out to John
Mysterio
Negroni.
today? Did you talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were saying it would be a good. We think that's a good choice because he's probably going to have PTSD coming out of Avengers 4 whenever he's brought back to life, and so like the villain that would mess with your mind would be a good.
Yeah. Right.
Also, we discussed the clickbait of all the articles and whether Jake Gyllenhaal was good.
Just so you all know, I was looking at Jake Gyllenhaal pictures all day today because I'm a social media manager, so I was trying to find a
Typical
good
day.
one for. I know, right?
Average day on the job.
And I realized that he was hot. I forgot that Jake Gyllenhaal.
You ever
was
forgot
hot.
that?
See,
I forgot.
he's not hot, but he's like
No, his
he's
smile.
like
He's
pretty hot.
He's
You're
got
like
a good smile.
he's hot.
That's so funny. We had markedly similar days. This morning I was posting something that was an interview from a movie that we're working on, and it was an interview with one of the actresses and an anchor for this, or not anchor, like host for this publication that I'd never heard of. And I was like, she's super hot. So then I looked her up. Turns out she was super hot. So it sounds like we had similar days.
Plot twist. It was Jake Gyllenhaal in a gender bending role.
Oh my god.
Would you guys rather see Princess Diaries 3 or National Treasure 3?
National Treasure 3.
Princess Diaries 3.
He's on the fence.
They left us on a cliffhanger with National Treasure.
What
And
about
with Princess Diaries!
Mia Thermopylae, Queen of Genovia, 10 years later? Like, how's it going? How's
She's
the
just
diplomacy?
she's with
Are they in
Beans
any
now.
wars?
She
Do
broke
they have
up with
any
that guy.
treasure?
She's now with the Beans Prince.
But I want like the dark version.
Yeah.
Or not Beans.
Princess
Yeah,
Diaries 3, Judgment Day.
what's
What's
the
his
kid?
name?
The kid.
Steven.
It works
Breslin.
too.
Stephen Breslin.
Yeah.
Princess
Abigail
Diaries
Breslin's
3
brother.
Judgment Day or National Treasure 3 Judgment Day?
National
Well,
Tree.
It's National Treasure 3, or page 47, but
Page 47.
because he looks in the
heck
Book of
was on
Secrets.
there? Yeah.
It's like you took a look, right? Yep. End of movie.
And wasn't the page missing or something?
No, he took a picture.
Okay.
I think if I'm picking based on odds that it'll be a good movie, I go with National Treasure.
You think that's higher on it's a good movie?
What would make more money?
Princess Bride 3 is a garbage
Princess
movie.
Diaries.
Princess Diaries.
Diaries, I meant.
2?
2
What
was
did I say?
fine.
Princess Bride.
Oh.
The longer you listen, the worse it gets.
But like she's already past it and Anne Hathaway's now like peak Anne Hathaway. So it's just
No,
like,
she could be the
it's
queen.
not-
Is she though?
She'd be
But
the
like
queen.
Nicolas Cage is like perfectly ripe Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Like he's perfectly primed.
He's
to
been
be-
festering for a couple
he's
years,
been-
waiting.
He's been festering. He's been ripening.
I mean, everyone said that movie Mandy that like blew up Sundance this year is actually really good for him.
Is he? Oh, he's in a movie.
Yeah, basically, it's a revenge tale where his girlfriend or wife gets killed, and then he's like seeking vengeance.
Oh, so yeah.
And then there was another one where like some sickness gets all the parents, and they're trying to kill their kids.
Yeah,
and
I
he's
saw
the
that.
dad.
That was getting
That
a
was
lot
great.
of hype.
We should
No, he's
make that a reality.
You'd have to kill your cats because you consider them your children.
But they're not actually kids. They're not humans, so I wouldn't have to.
people forget that he's actually a really good. Like he was so good in Kick-Ass.
He's an Academy Award-winning actor.
Deservedly so. He's a good.
I
actor.
love Nick Cage.
They
I
just
don't.
put him in weird stuff.
Have you
He
seen
picks weird
Knowing?
stuff.
That like
No.
disaster movie, the one where like there's
Oh,
this, like,
I thought you said
cage.
annoying. Yeah,
Knowing.
knowing.
That was like that movie did horrible at the box office, horrible rating on Rotten Tomato. I watched it and I'm like, guys, how are we not talking about this movie?
I think
It's like-
the EE aspect is like comically hysterical. Though.
It-
Like
it, like,
EE.
There's
everywhere.
only one piece of paper and it started with like small, like 38 people died in 2008 and this and this and this. I'm like, what?
EE.
And end of everything, or everything ends.
No, everyone else.
Everyone else.
Oh,
everyone
My
else.
mistake.
It was like okay. The first
Don't
half
talk
of
to
the,
the
the
true
first
fan
half of the
here.
movie was like okay. Yeah, it's interesting. They dig up this paper from a time capsule. It has the geographic location and number of people and date of the people that die from disasters. Like, this is a little weird, and then it takes a twist.
Well,
and the twist
yeah.
is like aliens,
Yeah.
and they like planted people on Earth, and they want to plant people on other Earths, and the Earth is crumbling.
That
And
sounds great.
I love it when disaster movies follow through. That they don't like save the day, but it's like, yeah, no, it actually blew up. They were right. Speaking of which, have you guys seen Downsizing?
No, because I wanted to watch good movies.
Speaking of which,
Plot
have
twist.
you seen Battlestar Galactica? Because I think you'd like it.
I heard it was really good though.
You should watch
It's
it.
a TV series, though,
Have
right?
you seen Serenity
No.
or Firefly?
No.
Those are fire movies.
I know.
Like,
I like
those
all the
are
actors.
straight
Alan
fire.
Tudyk. I like
Oh my god!
Nathan
Tudyk.
Fillion.
I just thought of Alan Tudyk.
He's the best. He's just, I mean,
I went to
He's
Juilliard for this.
can do anything.
I think of
What were you saying?
Tucker.
In
Tucker
Dale versus
yeah,
Evil?
What were
That,
you
that's
saying
my.
about-
Or he plays the
True
chicken in
Identity.
Moana.
Does it?
Yep.
What were you saying about
Downsizing.
the thing that you were saying something about?
Downsizing.
Yeah.
The movie Downsizing?
Okay,
I want to
from
see
the
it so bad, so don't spoil it for me.
Okay.
I still haven't seen it, but it looks amazing. Is it amazing? What's your review? Out of 7, how good
One
is
sentence
it?
review.
And why is it a 7?
Okay. My 1 sentence review is I made it about an hour and 3 minutes into it last night, and then I turned it off to watch anything else. And then I read the Wikipedia entry, and I'm like, whoa, that took a turn.
Oh, so it actually ended up being good? Is what you're
He
saying?
doesn't-
Unconfirmed. Probably won't pick it up again.
Oh no!
But
Can
from the
I
wi-
have it?
You can have it, yeah.
Okay.
From the Wikipedia entry, though, I'm like, wait, is this the same movie? Like, it went from, like, light comedy with comedy cast, Matt Damon, Kristen Wiig, to, like, really freaking dark at the end.
Really?
Oh,
And I'm
I
like-
did not expect
But from
that.
the trailer, it seems so, like, you know.
They marketed it
They-
as a quirky comment.
Yeah.
In the trailer, they show that there's like a conspiracy going on, though.
No.
Yeah,
no.
they talk about the conspiracy, and he's in like a dark tunnel, and he's like looking around. There's one shot in the
No.
trailer that has that.
I didn't see this
I missed that
trailer.
entire
Yeah.
trailer.
Do you want to
I've
know?
only seen the good trailer.
Okay, I'm tempted
No,
to
don't
tell you.
tell me.
I'm
Don't
not
tell me.
gonna
Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna
I don't
tell
want to know because now I'm not going to watch the movie. Damn it.
I'll Wikipedia it later.
you. Do it.
Man.
Why aren't you gonna watch the movie now?
Because now it got me dark. I thought it was going to be a light comedy, man.
Wait,
Like,
you're
that's
not
all
going to watch it?
Yeah, that's
Well,
kind
you
of
like dark.
Well,
better
then-
than
I'm
light
probably
comedy.
going to watch it because I like dark stuff, but I don't like
Are
my
you,
dark
though?
stuff with my comedy.
It's just
Like,
like...
it needs to, like, it can't mix.
It's
What?
like you-
Dark comedy is the best category.
Dark comedy is the best, but when it goes from being light to dark,
Yeah.
I do not like it because then I feel whiplash.
You like this movie? You won't laugh out loud, and the drama isn't gripping enough to be like, wow, that changed me. It was kind of like, why'd you try to do both?
Yeah.
It
Damn.
middles out on both fronts.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I love that movie.
I really want to tell you how it ends. I'm not going
So,
to.
Dumb.
did you guys see the new Muppets movie that's coming out?
What?
Oh
Is
yes,
that
the
the adult
Sesame
Muppets?
Street, yeah, like the
I
all
didn't
street
watch
no
the trailer,
sesame.
Okay. You guys should do
All
it.
street, no
The
Yeah.
trailer reaction?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that I won't say anymore, I guess, because that movie was different. And initially I thought it was a Team America, or not a Team America sequel, but a Trey Parker and Matt Stone product.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, it's not. But yeah, I would do
Yeah,
that for a
you guys
trailer
should do that
reaction.
Okay.
I just want to answer
The Happy
Christopher
Time Burgers.
here.
That's what
Yes.
it was.
Christopher, I was expecting a lot out of Downsizing, and I'm really sad.
Did he ask you a question?
Yeah, he says, "What did you really expect?"
Oh, he did say, what were you expecting?
It
Yeah,
seemed so
I remember
lighthearted.
reading.
Like the trailer had, it was like Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It was
Yeah.
like upbeat.
Hey, that's a great movie.
No,
Afterwards.
yeah.
I actually really like that
Well, no,
movie.
I'm just saying the trailer. The trailer's upbeat. The trailer's like adventure and kind of funny comedy and stuff. And you watch it and you're like, oh, this guy's going through some real ish right now. Like he's going through like an existential crisis. I'm like, this is too real.
Well, that was like,
Yeah.
oh man, we could go
Bait
on.
and switch you. It's Ben Stiller. I'm like, I've seen you in Zoolander, Dodgeball. I'm here for you.
But
you go there.
It's
and I was
shot
like,
so beautifully too.
It-
I
the-
love
some
it.
good
The scene when he
quotes.
plays soccer and where the Himalayas or whatever the hell he was with Sean Penn's character is like one of my favorite like cinema.
So cinematography, it's right, but I was saying like the stylized
and it's,
moments of it.
Man, we could go on a whole separate conversation about like movies that were their trailer made you think one thing, and then like American Ultra was like they marketed that movie real weird. 'Cause
Never
they-
saw it, but I saw the trailer. What does it turn into?
So they marketed it as like Pineapple Express, right? Like
Right.
whimsical, funny, crazy. Oh, we all get high. It's actually like a pretty like it's there's funny parts, but it's a more serious like commentary on like anxiety, like general anxiety, and what it's like to be a person who has anxiety, and what it's like to be in a relationship as a person with anxiety and with a person who has anxiety. And it's like, as someone who has anxiety, I think it was a pretty good commentary, and like I liked.
Why would you name it American Ultra?
Well, because that's
It's
that's the
play on
thought.
MK Ultra, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the mind control. MK Ultra is the mind control experiments that they like. It makes sense.
Oh,
they just
that's too obscure
they
for
just
someone like
branded
me
it with
to have
these
known.
like they branded it with these like bright orange candy orange
Yeah.
posters and like.
Remember the marketing? Like they actually gave out weed at some places.
Yeah, it was just. I was
Really?
like,
Yeah.
Is that the Jesse Eisenberg, Kristen
Yeah.
Stewart?
Yeah.
By who's the director? Then he went on this huge rant. Duncan, no.
See, because I would have watched that movie. I don't care for drug movies, so
actually-
I'm like, whatever.
He went on this huge Twitter rant saying like, "You guys don't know anything. My movie's great." Do you remember that?
When you have to say your movie's great.
No.
And like
You have to
it
say you're
took
the
a
king.
huge dive at the box office, and then he just like did some like we reported on it at Movie Pilot. He
I
did
don't
some
think I
really
was there yet.
inappropriate tweeting.
Josh Trank with Fantastic Four.
No,
I mean, he did do that too, but
who wrote American Ultra?
Oh, Max Landis.
that would
Yeah, it was-
that explains
dipshit.
everything.
It was actually directed by Iranian. I don't remember his name, but Iranian director.
Is it
Well,
the
he's good, though.
same Iranian director that's going to be doing Fahrenheit 451
That's out. That's on HBO.
right now?
I didn't
Yeah.
know that was.
Oh
an Iranian
shit! I
director.
need to go
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it
I saw
like
it.
literally
That-
right
that
now.
has,
'cause that's one of my favorite books.
Michael
of
B.
all
Jordan
time.
and Michael
Yeah,
Shannon.
Michael Bay Jordan.
Bay.
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
I was watching the preview and I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
Nima
Why's my retainer broken?
Nourizadeh.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
he-
well I know what I'm watching as soon as this podcast is
He
over
did
because
Project
that's
X,
one of
that's
my
what he did.
favorites.
What a
Oh, that's not the same director.
Side note: how funny is it that Michael B. Jordan is in back-to-back films where he poorly
Gonna
delivers
burn it
the
all.
line, I'm gonna burn it all. I want to burn. Stop giving him the line burn.
He was the Human Torch. He can't help
It's
it.
so good.
Oh my god, he was the Human Torch. Is it in his contract? It's like I have to have a line of dialogue where I say burn. Like it's
But he
just
says it
written into all of
emphatically.
his- Burn.
Next time he's going to be in some rap battle movie and just go burn.
burn.
You just got burned.
Is that going to be his Sean Bean thing? Like, is that going to be his like one thing that no matter where he goes, that's what he does?
Are you referring to Sean Bean dying all the time?
Yeah, yeah. Like Sean Bean has to die all the time, and now Michael B. Jordan.
You ever
has to
see a
burn all
Sean
the
Bean
time.
movie where he doesn't die and you feel a little uneasy?
National
Yeah.
Treasure.
Does he not die in National Treasure?
No, he gets arrested.
Put him in
I mean, close enough.
put Michael B. Jordan in like a rom-com, and there's like the scene where he's cooking with his like
My,
love interest.
my passion burns for you.
I was like, honey, what happens to the cookies? I burn them all.
New skit.
I think that's the new skit we just came up with right there.
Jordan.
Oh man, I think we could probably wrap it. If we
What if there was a movie with Michael B. Jordan and Sean Bean where Michael B. Jordan burns Sean Bean? Boom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna burn him, Dad. Burn him all. I'm gonna burn him. I'm gonna burn the bean. I'm just trying to.
Gonna burn the bean.
Big beans.
I'm gonna burn the bean.
Okay, I'm gonna do my sign off. 3, 2, 1. I'ma burn the bean.
Wait, hold on, really quick before you do that up.
We already did it.
What does the movie
not
look
allowed
like
to talk.
where every actor that has like one of those things does
Movie
their
43.
thing in that
Yeah,
movie?
yeah. It's movie 43.
No, that's just every actor. I'm saying like you have to have Michael B. Jordan come in doing something about burn. Sean Bean has to die in this movie. Liam Neeson has to be begrudgingly kick several people's asses.
Mm.
He didn't do that as Aslan. Checkmate.
Didn't he though?
Kind of.
Who else?
He
Like
was very happy to eat
Oh,
that
okay.
witch's-
Rachel McAdams has to be married to a time traveler.
yes.
She did that twice.
3 times. 3
Three
times.
times.
About time.
The time traveler's
Time
wife.
traveler's wife, and then there's another one. Doctor Strange.
She's not
Wait, no,
married to
no,
him.
hold on.
Yeah, Doctor Strange counts.
Wait, no, there's one more that she does it too.
He also
remember.
doesn't travel through time as much as look through time.
I mean, it's similar enough.
Christopher says with a soundtrack by Usher, and Liligo says the guy who plays Hector in every movie shows up. Who's the guy that plays Hector in every movie? Is
The
there?
guy
Eric
that was-
Bana played Hector in
The only
Troy.
Hector I can think of is Troy. Yeah, Eric Bana.
What about Michael Pena?
Dude, do you know Michael Pena's a Scientologist?
Oh no.
No.
Like a really devout Scientologist?
That makes
He's so
sense.
cool, though.
Checks out.
Damn.
Well, we had a good run.
All right, sign me off.
Sign off. 3, 2, 1.
We'll see you next one, Peter.
Peter.
I'm gonna burn the bean.
I'm gonna burn the bean.
Peter. Gar. Peter. Gar Steve.
L for love.
3, 2, 1.
Gar Peter.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had something else, but I forgot.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna steal a declaration. Oh. I'm gonna bail out of that one. I'm gonna pull the shoot early on that one.
No, there's high winds.
I wouldn't
Dec-
trade this podcast for all of King Midas's silver.
King Midas is over. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll be back in a. We'll be back.
We'll see you next Monday, gang.
It's a holiday too.
Oh yeah, we could do it a little bit earlier. Might be a little bit earlier next week.
Bye.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, Felicia.